This is Mini Mask. This is Mini Mask. That's right. If I compare him to a Galaxy Fighter's Baltard, he's pretty small. I'm going to be getting to what this is, what line he's from, and things like that. So his body, as you can see, looks a lot like a Muscle Warrior's body. I'll throw a Muscle Warrior's figure on screen, or a Galaxy Hero's body. But the belt is very different. And obviously, it's mask. So I don't think I've seen a Muscle Warriors or Galaxy Heroes mask. So, anyway. So what is this guy? Well, I have found this image on screen. And it says Muscle Warriors, very early Muscle Warriors logo. Same style as the Galaxy Heroes logo. And it shows a bunch of figures. I believe there's the Underworld Warriors or something like that was released differently. I think it was also released as Skull Force. It shows many of those figures in there, which I'm not too familiar with those figures. I forgot to mention this, but there were also a Tigerman and Dragoon, just regular size, looks really similar. At least the Dragoon looks exactly like the Galaxy Heroes or Muscle Warriors, and the Tigerman is a bit different, but I'm pretty sure he was released as something else as well. Can't remember what. But then it shows all these little mini figures. There's a Magnon, there's a Huck, there's a Thor, which actually, K-Retro Figures just made a video on the Thor, so go check that out. It's a really great video. And there's a few others. There's this one guy I don't even know, and I'm probably forgetting somebody else. Spikes. I was forgetting the really awesome-looking pink spikes. Anyway, back to the video. So, Baltard. How am I forgetting Baltard? Oh my gosh, he's my favorite. As you can see, this guy was not in the image, but they could be released as Muscle Warriors. Early Muscle Warriors. But then, Character Figures actually helped me find this. We found Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors carded. So these are Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors? Every single one of those figures we just saw as Muscle Warriors, we've found as Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors. Those ones are actually carded, so I'm just going to say those were Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors, but they could possibly also be released as Muscle Warriors. So a different version of Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors, but still Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors. I've got one of the cards here. So very interesting, very interesting. But, again, we don't see Mask here. Anywhere there. So, what line is this figure from? Well, actually, I believe it's from a different wrestling mini line. All of those figures have this same belt that you don't really see on any other figure. And we actually found other wrestling figures. We found a Hogan. We found, I don't know wrestlers. I'm not a wrestling fan, so I'm probably gonna mispronounce these names. But there's Jimmy Snuka. I don't know. I think there was a Big John Studd. There was a bunch of them. There's probably a couple I'm forgetting that I'll show on screen. I forgot about the Iron Sheik, but I also forgot about the Batoon, which I think is just awesome. We found another version of a mask, but it looks like it could be a repainted Baltard, so I'm not so sure about that one. But there are these little wrestling figures, which is interesting. I forgot to mention this guy because I completely forgot we even found this guy, but he seems to be a mini, and I have no idea which line he would have come from. Another figure we found was just He-Man. Just a small He-Man. Don't know where that's from, but there was a little He-Man as well. I do not know what these little wrestlers are, but they're very cool. I have not found one of the wrestlers carded, of course, but, I mean, look at it. I don't think I've ever seen a yellow mask. It's very interesting. So, obviously, since these are so rare, the prices vary. On the Treasures of Those Lost Temples Warriors, so, Huck, so specifically, Huck, Magnon, Thor, those can go for, Low end around 30. You can find a really nice deal occasionally for like 20, 15. Those are really great. I think Character Figures got his for 16. So really great deal. But yeah, they can go for as much as $70 a figure, which is just crazy for how small they are too. This one I got for $10. I know there was another one on eBay for about, or no, I think I got this one for $6. There's another one on eBay, just a little bit more. I think that one was $10. And then maybe there's one on eBay right now for like $14. So specifically, this mask has been going really cheap, but the other ones, they've been going for crazy prices. Yeah, but it's interesting because these aren't the only. Oh my gosh, these aren't the only mini figures. I mean, if I bring back my Treasure of those Lost Temples Warriors, they're also mini, just completely different style. And there's another mini line. I don't remember what it was carded as. It may have been Wrestling Champions, but I'll show some of the figures on screen. Actually, I think those were also Treasures of those Lost Temples Warriors. Yeah, but throw them up on screen. There's this other really cool Baltard. There's another guy. There's a few other ones. Actually, I think those were released both as Wrestling Champions and Treasures of those Lost Temples Warriors. But it's really interesting because there are so many, oh my gosh, of these minis. So that was a bit of a rant there. But, I guess I just wanted to take a look at this figure. Yeah. So, there's not much else to say than that. Go check out K Retro Figures. Again, he made a really great video on the Thor. And I will be making more, videos on these obscure figures soon. This is the only mini I've got right now, but I do hope to get a bunch more in the future. Maybe even completing the line. Thank you for watching.